Hello, my name is Daniel Gardner, and I'd like to welcome you to Akron's local history club. We can stop recording at any time if you have to cough or you just want to pause it. I have a lot of questions for you. What might your name be?
Edwin Drapper, but most people call me Pete.
I will remember that. Great. What was your occupation?
Well, mostly carpenter work. I did work at Pixley's store for about 10 years and helped them when they built houses.
Which Pixley store?
Kenny Pixley was started out on Cedar Street, and then him and Shaw built houses too, and I worked on those.
Where did they build these houses?
In the village here. About 5 of them was on Morgan Street behind the old store, and that was in the early 50s. They sold for about $8,000 a piece.
That's not bad compared to today's price.
No.
How many rooms did these houses usually have?
2 to 3 bedrooms. They were prefab. We would put the foundation in and the deck, and the house would come on a trailer. And one day we had the house waterproof. They just put the front living room wall, one wall with the windows and doors all in.
Wow.
Can you tell us?
I live on the main road at 1266 Main Road, Akron.
Okay, what intersection was that near?
That was between Cummings Road and South Newstead Road. And the property came in my family in 1836.
Okay.
The original place across from South Newstead, a big white house, was like a stagecoach stop. And they had horse livery and a little store, and people would stay overnight.
What kind of store did they have?
Well, they would carry a few like canner wicking and stuff like that. It wasn't too much of a store, but
In the big White House that's still there
yeah.
across from South
Mm-hmm.
Newstead?
Yeah.
That was your original family home?
When they bought it, it was 100 acres. They bought it for $300,000. $3,000. And it was 100 acres. It went right down to Cummings Road and back to the ledge. The 100 acres did. And Canfield was the first owners. Then Drapers from Connecticut came up, and one of the Canfield girls married a Draper. So it went down the line that way. And the place kept getting divided up to different kids and all. And my dad got a piece of property from the corner of Cummings and Main Road. Back it was 23 acres. And when I was born in February 24th, 1920, there was a bad snowstorm, and the doctor didn't even get, when I was born in the house, the doctor didn't even get there till a few hours late. Yeah.
Were a lot of people born in their houses?
Yeah, most of the time they were. Well, there wasn't hospitals around. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then I went to a one-room school on South Newstead Road.
Where on South Newstead?
It was between Main and Stage, about halfway.
And what was the school like?
Just a one room with a shed on for coal and wood to be in it. had a potbelly stove to heat it, And most kids walked to school too at that time. We went, school began at 9, was in at 4 o'clock it would end. You had a hour lunch. Mm-hmm. There was just one teacher. Taught all the grades. Usually the older kids helped take care of the smaller kids. Then I came to Akron, school in 35. Graduated in 39. That was when just the one building up here was at that time.
Here on Bloomingdale?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mrs. Leopold was principal. Miss Leopold was principal. Mm. I don't know.
Let's cut. Dan, got more questions there?
Like physically.
Well, the
Like room settings.
well, well, probably the same as they. We had like 4 or 5 classes and a couple of study halls. I imagine. And then usually I only had one teacher for each subject too. You know, it wasn't that many. You know. And they had the gym and the shop down in the basement for you had mechanical drawing, you had wood shop, metal shop. Then ag had a special rooms for them too, agriculture. They taught farming at that. You took a general course of everything.
Oh.
And then later on you pick what the field you want to go in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about the Canning family?
Well, the Canfields that started the family was, as I say, he was born. He came up here in 1736, and he died 3 years later. So it was one of his daughters that married the Drapers, and then the Draper family come down through from there. And they're all buried up on the main road, Ledslawn Cemetery. And my family part goes back to 1836. And I'm lucky to be in the same section with all the rest. Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else you'd like to say about Akron or Newstead?
Great place to live. And everybody seems that comes here and live, they don't want to move away. Well, I'm well pleased that I was born in this section of that country.
Well, it was nice having you here, and I really enjoyed this interview. Any other things you'd like to say?
No, I guess that'd be all. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Very good. Okay. Nice job.